Peace, power, and divine prosperity to my beautiful family. Shine bright like a diamond indeed. I am ordained metaphysical minister Corbin reporting live, and I just want to thank you for taking the time out to watch the minister and rock with the minister. Once again, I am ordained metaphysical minister Corbin. Once again, thank you for taking the time out to rock with the minister. Now, my beautiful family, you see the title. You definitely see the title. The title says, "To the people on planet Earth." The title says, "To the people on planet Earth." Whether you're on YouTube right now, whether you're on TikTok, I done heard something about Red Book or Red Note. Even the news is talking about it. My family, you are hearing a lot more about UAPs, UFOs, extraterrestrials, interdimensional beings, and, Antarctica, the wall behind Antarctica or beyond Antarctica. Now, I'm going to take it there. So Facebook, because I will be broadcasting this on Facebook. If these are topics you may not want to be interested in, please scroll now. But if you are a Christian, my church folk who may be interested in this, then you definitely don't want to miss this video. To my people on the Cosmic Christ University, you know how we do. And I thank you because you guys have been making this channel and this university. You have been making it really, really live. And I thank you for doing that. Truly. Before I get started, you see the title. To the people on planet Earth. YouTube, TikTok, like I said, Red Book or Red Note. I think it might be Red Book. Have been talking about ETs more now than ever. Aliens, UAPs, interdimensional beings, orbs. Almost to the point that I got a lot of people out there very nervous, having anxiety. Not sure what's going on. Can't get a straight answer, even from the government. Thank you for your patience. I'm going to take my time with this today. To my church people, I want to say this. To my church family, I want to say this, and to my Christians, because whether you want to hear this or not, when it comes to topics that I just named, church people are some of the biggest ones that will laugh at you right in your face. They will talk you down. They will put you down and argue against everything that you may mention about the previous names that I mentioned earlier. The funny part about that, and the sad part about that is, if you look at scriptures and chapters like Ezekiel, especially Ezekiel 1 through 15, even though they may not talk about it much, but even in Enoch, Enoch talks about the Watchers. The Watchers were from different dimensions. Krishna, Buddha, Mithra. Doesn't matter what religion you're going in. Doesn't matter what belief. Have always talked about different dimensions, different beings from the outer and inner worlds. So it is sad to see that even though history has always talked about this, that now at the time where the veil has been lifted, you have to understand, to my church people, Christ prepared us for the time that we are seeing right now. Whether you call him Jesus, his mom named him Yeshua, so out of respect, I'm going to do the same. When Yeshua dropped by 2,000 years ago, his main thing was preparing the people through their consciousness and raising the vibration of their consciousness to prepare for a world in the near future that was going to be way different from the world that they were in then. We have entered that world, family. That's a quantum world. A world that can only be governed, that can only see results, that can only benefit you if you have control and an understanding on how your mind works. Remember, Christ said the kingdom is within you. As a man thinketh, so he is. You are condemned and justified. All these he said. Be oh so ready. We are here now. Now, are you ready? We are here now. I'm going to read some quotes from Yeshua, the one you call Jesus. And these quotes are going to be receipts from our brother trying to prepare us, trying to get us ready for the world that you see now, where you can't explain what that is. Is that a ship? Is that a being? People are confused, and I can't understand why. When the ancient ones told us. Before I give the quotes, let me say this. We have the New Testament, church folks, and we have the Old Testament. How come nobody will talk about the life before the Old Testament? How come movies only talk about Atlantis? How come people have never researched Lemuria, Lemura, and the people of Mu? Rudolf Steiner, I'm going to start giving you some authors' names because, yes, the Bible is the living word. But there have been many living words before the Bible. The Gita, Gita, the Upanishads, these are older than the Bible. The Torah, the Zohar, the Toledat Yeshua, the Aquarian Gospel of Christ. I just gave you some books to research. This is very important for you to know that you are more than what the churches could tell you. This is not a slight against the churches. They knew themselves that there was going to come a time where the churches' exoteric knowledge could no longer help the people on this planet. The reason why you're waking up every day feeling like your life is in a loop, feeling like there is more, you feel like there is more that you should be doing, but there is no arrow direction that says that way. You're not going to find one because now in your life, everything must be within. It always had to be that way, but now more than ever because of the quantum world. Church folks told you about the Pentecost, right? But now the Pentecost is here. Be oh so ready. We are here now. The veil has lifted. So if you don't want to hear that UFO, UAP, different dimension, ancestor talk, then there's a lot of other great things you can watch on social media. But I have a whole group of family that come from the divine Christ, that come from the divine mother, that comes from the Sophia Dragon tribe. Oh yeah, I'm him. That are now wanting to know who they are. And this is my job as a metaphysician, to let my brothers and sisters know who they are. Now, I want to read this right quick. And as the video keeps going on, I'm going to be dropping more authors' names and books for you to know. And thank you for your patience. But this is what Christ says. And I quote, "Do not love the world." This is what the one you call Jesus, the one you go church Sundays and whatever day you go to, the one you say you follow. This is what he said. Why call me Lord, right? Just remember. Why call me Lord and not do the things that I ask of you? These are some of the things that he asked and gave you guidelines for. One being, do not love the world. Do not love the world or the things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. You can find it on 1 John verses 2 to 15. Does that mean hate everybody in the world? Go around hating? No, that does not. That means do not be attached to this physical world. This physical world is not your home. It is only a temporary school. Learn as much as you can. Learn that love is all. Service to others is another big thing. And you align yourself up with God's laws and principles. Let's keep on moving. Now remember the themes as I continue to go on. Remember the theme of what he is saying. Next, and I quote, once again, this was from Yeshua, the one you call Jesus in the Bible. The world is passing away. Along with it, its desires. But whoever does the will of God abides forever, lives forever. Listen, the world is passing away. That's two things now. This ain't about you getting older, and as you get older, the old things in the world pass. No, the world is passing away. Meaning, metaphysically, the world, Mother Earth, Sister Earth has evolved. She has graduated. She has graduated with high honors. So, as above, so below, the people on this planet must evolve as well. So now you start to understand why he was saying, as a man thinketh, so is he. The kingdom of heaven is within you. Now you're starting to get it. Because the next world, the quantum world, is going to be a world where your mind is going to be your map. It always has been, but now more than ever. So let's keep going. Christ also said this. Jesus referred to the world. His mama named him Yeshua, but you know what I'm saying. Yeshua referred to the world under the... let me go back. Yeshua referred to this world as under the sway of the evil one when he spoke of overcoming it. He said the one who run this world is evil. You would have to go back to Persian mythology, Zoroaster, Ahura Mazda. You have to go back to Persian mythology to understand this. Because the Bible has got a lot from Egypt, has got a lot from the Middle East, and of course, Persia mythology, Egyptian mythology. All of this is scrambled in the Bible. But once you get the essence of what these are actually saying, then it gets real. Interdimensional. The Hindus been talking about UFOs. Been talking about UFOs. We're talking about what? 10, 20,000 years ago? Time traveling devices. Have you seen the structures in India? Ain't no man-made machine making that. What are we talking about here? Let's go on to the next one. Let's read that again, though. Yeshua, the one you call Jesus, referred to this world as being under the sway or under the spell of the evil one. You guys want to talk about Anunnaki, Enki, Enlil, Anu? Okay, how about this? I encourage you to look up a book called Agartha. Agartha is around Antarctica. We're talking about behind the wall. And read the story about these travelers going within the inner world and discovering Queen Yola. Queen Yola was a melanated queen who was in the inner world, and she told the story about the Anunnaki. Once again, if you're still watching this, like, what is he talking about? I gave you a disclaimer in the beginning of the video. Once again, Agartha, that's a book. After this video, if you want to hit me up through Messenger or through the comments, I will send you that book through PDF, no problem. Because if I got time, I have another book I want to show you at the end. Now, I'm going to say this respectfully. Now, listen carefully before you judge. War, hatred, racism, these are not of God. Racism have played a part so much in the making of this world that is sad. Till this day, the so-called powers that be, Illuminati, whatever you want to call them, I feel like they play a projection, and every year they got to replay this projection of just innocent melanated people getting killed, war, school shootings. I feel like these are just a projection, a movie that they play to put fear and install fear in people. Racism is something that should never be. We as a people are multi-dimensional beings who were formerly known as human race. I encourage you to look and research Gerald Massey, because race has played a major part even in the cosmos. Did you hear what I said? Racism goes back to Atlantis. Racism goes back to Atlantis. We got our Mayans, our Mongolians, we got our Mayans and our Mongolians out of Atlantis. Lemuria, which was before Atlantis, comes from the Aboriginals. As we all know, Egypt is not the only place of this magical, divine stuff right here in America. A lot of things come from America. This is why I bring up racism. And I want you to read what Christ says. This is why I bring up racism. For the ones who have been living on this country and feel like their race has been targeted. And listen, if you feel that way with any race, this is for you. But you know who I am speaking of respectfully. For the ones who have seen brothers and sisters being killed on TV, you have seen the man being beaten down by multiple police, you have wondered why this hatred has been so strong for one race. You have wondered why that race has so much self-hatred within its own race. Let me read this quote from Christ, and I hope this quote reaches people. Christ says in John 15, if you were of the world, talking about this world, the world would love you. If you were of this world, the world would love you as its own. But because you are not of this world, but I chose you out of the world, therefore the world hates you. That's Christ said that. The one you call Jesus, Yeshua, said that. Let me read that again because that is very powerful. And I want to make sure that you are listening very carefully for those who feel like they have a target on their back, feel like for over 400 years that they're people or they've been enslaved mentally and physically. Let me read this one more time. John 15 says, if you were of the world will love you as its own. But because you are not of the world, but I chose you, or I choose you out of the world, therefore the world hates you. For those who want to talk about race, for those who don't want to talk about race, and maybe think it's not that much of a problem, and it doesn't cause that much of an issue, research Gerald Massey. Research H.P. Belansky, and raise of hand for those who have watched and seen on Netflix The Lovecraft Country by Jordan Peele, which work was based off H.P. Lovecraft. And you see that H.P. Lovecraft was inspired by Mad Arab about beings from different dimensions that he equated with a certain race of people. And if you see how far Gerald Massey took race and connected a certain race with the divine mother, Tiamat, and her son Seth. When you see how the Bible talks about the scarlet whore, which truly talks about the divine mother Sophia, the wisdom, who is the breath before the Father, you wouldn't question so much about what's going on in between extraterrestrials, ETs, UAPs, whatever's going on behind Antarctica. You would be still and you would know that God is within you, because everything that's about to be revealed is your truth. We have entered a quantum world, my beautiful family. The veil has been lifted. You can say that, oh, I got bills to pay. Okay. Well, don't be asking questions about God if you don't want to answer. Don't be looking to Jesus to save you when you just want attention or want somebody just to hear you. This is real now. And the only thing that's going to save the people on this planet is using your imagination, visualization, knowing that you are the controller of this game of life. Once you do that, you're going to access worlds that are beyond this world. I'm not going to say too much. But why do you think Christ said the things he said about this world? Time is running up. Be also ready. If you're not, you're going to be stuck in the third dimensional realm, the realm of only time, space, and matter. We're multi-dimensional beings. We didn't graduate it. Are you ready for graduation? We'll see. Until next time.